Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Train Sim World 2, 465 Long Island Railroad, Friday. We're going to record this today, and then it will be on the YouTube channel tomorrow. I created this scenario. Basically, we're kind of doing the exchange program. The M7 was on the Southeastern High Speed the other day. So now we're bringing the 465 over to the Long Island Railroad, kind of like a, hey Mick, kind of just an exchange program sort of thing between the two lines. As Joe did a stream kind of showing some of the updates on the Long Island Railroad with the PIS boards and all that, and he's right. You know, if you enjoy Southeastern High Speed or East Coast Way, this is a good, hi Amela, good route to get. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. We don't have to load passengers here, apparently. Let's just make sure we got all of our bells and whistles and whatnot. We won't put on the AWS or anything. Let's make sure. We'll just put that on. We'll go ahead and put that window down. Yeah. Sorry if you can hear hey Pete. So yeah, we're just gonna get going here. Yeah, I just figured this would be kind of a fun thing to do. I'm really curious to see the acceleration of the 465 on this route. Plus the braking, you know, if we happen to go into a station a little too hot, you know, how is it going to cope with the with that? So, appreciate everybody coming in. Should have no problem getting up to 60 very quickly here. I mean, already it feels like we're accelerating. Look at that. It didn't take long to get going. So hopefully everybody's having a good Friday morning or afternoon. Well, the brakes sure don't take much to slow us down either. That's nice. Here's what it looks like. I'm surprised I'm able to do this in the tunnel. Oh, and check that out. Now that is really cool. It even puts it on the board for us. That's awesome. Wow, I did not expect that for it to say anything. I thought it would just be like not in service or something. That's pretty cool. But even more cool, we're getting to ride outside in the tunnel. Yeah, we're getting to surf in the tunnel essentially, which is kind of unheard of. So we are stopping off at Jamaica. We'll exchange passengers there, and then we'll be on our way to Hicksville after that. I just figured a one-stop service along the way, especially at the hub, which, you know, Jamaica's the kind of the larger sort of place where a lot of people transfer trains to go to different areas on the Long Island Railroad. So this made sense that we would stop there. But yeah, that's really awesome that it put that on the board here for the train of our destination. So of course our driver is dressed in the typical Southeastern high speed driver's kit there. That's pretty cool as well. All right, we're out of the tunnel. It's going pretty well. I like it, although I am really kind of, I really would like to get a PS5. I've got mixed feelings though, and you guys know this. I do have mixed feelings about being able to live stream on directly to YouTube. Mainly because I really don't want to have the you know, the silly questions, the silly demands, you know, that certain people like to bring into the chat on a live stream. I don't know how best to handle that sort of thing. I mean, other than I'd have to have some mods, but there would have to be some very, you know, there'd have to be some sense of ground rules about what's acceptable in the chat, what's not. I do think, though, that what I see more often than not is that most people ignore those requests. You know, because they want that interaction with the person who's doing the stream, and I do understand that. But you know, especially whenever there's new stuff coming out or there's questions about what are we going to get with this, and you know, like I just looked in the general chat this morning, and a certain individual was asking about PIS boards, and it's like, well, how would anybody know? We can all, you know, make suppositions all day, but at the end of the day, we won't know anything until maybe Tuesday, and even then, they may not give the answers, you know, what people want to hear. So I kind of feel like it's, you know, people are always they want to know what you know, nobody knows anything else other than what's already been put out there. You know, it's not, I don't really, other than the Dovetail Gaming employees or anybody who has like maybe some sort of insider information, nobody's really going to know anything, quite honestly. You know, we can suppose all day, but at the end of the day, all those suppositions could be incorrect. You know, so I don't. That's my only concern. How can you have a good stream, make quality content, but avoid, and I don't think there's any way to avoid it, unfortunately. How do you avoid the silliness, for lack of a better term? I don't want to call it anything else. I think it just feels like just outright silliness a lot of times. So now the interesting thing is, so we have an 80 coming up, but this locomotive is topped off at 75 miles an hour. Yeah. So we're going to be a little bit short on about 5 miles an hour short on that, but that's okay. But yeah, I would like to be able to do that because it is a bit of a pain to have to download stuff off of Twitch. Get it all set up on YouTube, and then that takes time. And sometimes, so it would be easier. Not that I have anything against Twitch, but I just yeah. That's true, Mick, and yeah, I agree. It's just what I've seen with Richard's channel as he's gained popularity and subscribers. And some of that is people spilling over from Joe's channel, which is good. But it's also I kind of feel like as things. When a streamer gains popularity, that's when the knuckleheads come out of the woodworks, and they got to come in and be, well, I guess be themselves, for I don't know, so yeah, I don't know. So we do have an 8-car. Stop it, Smith. Yeah, I would like to get a PS5. I feel like a lot of the games, including this one, are way more stable than, because I have had the memory resource error, which, doesn't make any sense to me. It's a new console. There should be better memory to run everything. I don't know why I'm having this issue on a next gen console. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, a lot of people do get divided, or it's difficult to kind of, you have to be, it's like being a wedding photographer. If you're going to do that as a job, you have to be doing something different than everybody else. Because if you're not setting yourself apart, why would anybody want to come and utilize, why would they give you their business? That's why I always joke around and say, well, I know you have other options when it comes to streaming viewership, and, thank you for choosing, kind of like when you're flying an airline. We know you could fly any other airline, but you chose us, and we appreciate your business. So, yeah, it's kind of, how do you break yourself away from everybody else? And everybody, of course, when the new content comes out, everybody wants to be the first to showcase it. But how do you put your own spin on that new content? What are you going to do? What are you going to show? Yeah, it's easy to say, oh, the new content's a 9 out of a 10 or 10 out of a 10, or I think but what does that all really mean, or what impact is that sort of thing going to have on your viewership? Hi, Chris. So yeah, I don't know. It's very difficult. You do have to kind of separate yourself from everybody else. I guess, Pete's recognized that I do like to do the surfing thing. I don't like to be in the cab. I mean, I think we've all pretty much seen the inside of the 465. I mean, we've seen the inside of almost every train. So what good does it do other than, you know, the initial setup? I like to be out here because I can look around. I can, you know, I can spot things that might be of interest. You know, not that I know anything about the, you know, points of interest on the Long Island Railroad, but you know. But yeah, I don't like to be. I like to show out here because it's something different. Wow. Wow, we're going to be able to open up both doors and get passengers on and off. But yeah, for oh, see, it just says welcome to, since this isn't like a legitimate service, it just says welcome to Jamaica. I believe that's what it says. Yep. That's pretty cool. Oh, stopped a little short. Now we can get passengers on both sides. Now there is quite the step down. Yeah, look at that. Look at that difference. But it works. I mean, you know, it's not that terrible. Yeah. I do like the PIS boards. They do look pretty nice. I mean, I don't know. See, I mean, it does add a certain immersion to the game, but I don't really feel like, you know, like if they weren't there, it wouldn't be like a deal breaker for me, sort of thing. You know, like I wouldn't be like, that's it, I'm quitting the, you know, I'm deleting the game and I'll never go back to it again, sort of thing. You know, I know people were fussing about the, did it look accurate? And, you know, Bella was saying that it, you know, they have updated the PIS boards over the years, to add more information, be more colorful, whatever. So whatever information Adam and the development team were using was already kind of like out of date, you know. But I mean, we've got something, and it's better than nothing, I suppose. So yeah, 15 miles to Hicksville. We're operating now non-stop rest of the way. Oops, a little bit of speeding there. Yeah, so once we get up here in the 80, but it's not just about the train. I think everything else is. Oh yeah, definitely. Like the scenery. Like I know, like they. I'm sure the buildings and everything aren't exactly, you know, like spot on, you know. But you know, I'm sure if Amella's been on this part of the route, she knows that there are buildings on both sides of the track, and it's close enough that she could say, "Oh yeah, I recognize that building right there," or, you know. So yeah, that's part of it. I think is just like on Peninsula Corridor. Not everything. I know that the buildings aren't exact, but I know where things are that I can say, oh yeah, that's this over here, or based on this, I know that's over that way. Save 18 pounds. Think that's about 25 on 2. Oh, nice. That's cool, Chris. Yeah, if they're on sale, pick them up. But I do like this. I wasn't sure how this would work, and I still am. I mean, I think that's really cool that it does have our destination on there. Like, I didn't think that would translate over at all. I think that's just a nice touch there. But yeah, it seems. I was thinking about another one that we could do from the Atlantic Terminal instead of NY Penn. From the Atlantic Terminal, we could do a service on the 166 and then take the M3 over to Great Western Expressway. I think that'd be a kind of a cool thing to do. I don't know. That'd be interesting to see the M3 on the Great Western Expressway, I think. So that can... So what 2 routes did you get there, Chris? I'm guessing maybe Long Island Railroad's one of them. If you didn't have that already. East Coast Way LGV. Oh, nice. Yeah, LGV is fun. The biggest fuss that most people have had about LGV is you got, whether you leave from Marseille or Avignon. I think the train fans have an awesome looking game compared to what the other games. I'm not seeing train fans, to be honest. I don't know. Oops. I wasn't paying attention to that 60 coming up. I saw it before and I just didn't. Kind of wasn't paying attention there. I don't think I've seen anything from train fans. Not that I can recall. Alright, 10 miles to Hicksville. But yeah, you have, just in case. Yeah, I know it can. I'm just going by what the max speed says, 75, so. I mean, we're not on a time thing. Yeah, so LGV, it's fun because you know it's fast, but you only have that one stop off at Aix-en-Provence, and that's it. So, but yeah, I think the scenery is really cool. You know, it's got that nice French countryside sort of thing. When you get into Marseille, you've got, you know, the buildings, and same thing with the, you know, when you get into Avignon. So yeah, I think it's a very scenic route, but it does play fast. I mean, it only takes 30-something minutes to go from one end to the other, and that's it. So you could go from like Avignon to Marseille and back in an hour, or just over an hour, and get 2 services done. East Coast way, I do like that, because you do get the Class 66 with some freight on there. You can do some rail tour stuff as well if you have, I think, Tees Valley or Northern Transpennine. They do have a couple of, this is like just one service, but you know, it's something different. Yeah, the acceleration on this thing has worked out. I mean, could you imagine, Abella, if the 4.6? I was trying to say, with people who play this game have got a lot for them. Oh yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. Yeah, definitely. I think we've gotten our money's worth. Is it perfect? No. Will it ever be perfect? I think it'll be close, but not. It'll never be perfect, and that's okay. You know, when I was watching the live stream a week ago on last Friday, I feel like that was one of the things that Adam, the look on Adam's face when people were talking about the PIS board still not being correct, and he said, well, I use Flickr for as my guideline to kind of see what everything looked like and whatnot. But he seemed a bit put off that people were still, like, instead of just being happy that they got something, people were still fussing over it. And I think it was just kind of, he looked a little deflated, like, great, it doesn't seem that no matter what I do, they're gonna complain about it. Nothing is ever going to be 100% spot on. I think that's a bit unrealistic to have those expectations of perfection. And again, something's better than nothing. I mean, but my thing is the only reason why you would fuss about the PIS boards is if you're trying to play the route like a passenger. That's the only thing. But otherwise, like, I don't really whatever the PIS board says does not affect what I'm what I'm doing. If I'm late, I'm late. If I'm early, I'm early. So, but yeah, I do think we've gotten some really good stuff. I think we're getting more good stuff. I think the scenario designer thing, especially doing the off the rails thing, is really cool. I wish, because I tried to figure out a way to do it. I like to be able to do a passenger service on Peninsula Corridor, but using the Union Pacific GP38. I think that'd be really cool. But, kind of as a throwback to when Southern Pacific ran the Peninsula Corridor line, before they merged with Union Pacific later on, and the Caltrans took over running the Peninsula Corridor and all that. Yeah, I think a lot of things are on sale. They're trying just to get a few more routes sold prior to the release of Rush Hour. You know, if you don't have everything now, the question is going to be, whenever we do get a new game, what is going to transfer? What's going to be like on the Preserve collection for the new version of Train Sim World, and what of the Preserve collection is going to continue to be moved into the new game. I'm curious about that as well. You know, I guess we won't know all those things until we get a glimpse of the new version of Train Sim World, whenever that comes out. You know, it may be coming up this August. It could be they may wait till August next year. Who knows? But I think you'll enjoy LGV Mediterranean, Chris. It is fun. There is a bit of a learning curve, especially when you're talking about the speed changes and stuff like that. But actually, might go get me a haircut if you guys don't mind me to. Go for it, Chris. You don't have to ask for my permission. do what you got to do. That's what Tuesday I probably won't be online much. I'm gonna go get a haircut. I need to go get some groceries. Gotta get some stuff taken care of myself. So yeah, and then the following Tuesday I probably won't be online much, because I got that meeting from 10 to 12. I got to be downtown, and about the veterans telling their stories thing. We're gonna have a meeting on the 8th. So. All right, pulling into Hicksville. Well, this didn't take very long to do. I probably could have made a few more stops along the way, but I think Jamaica was the obvious choice to have. It should say welcome to Hicksville. Yep. I think that's what it says. Yep. Still live. I'm on yeah, I'm just ending this as soon as we're done here, as soon as we pull into Hicksville. Yeah, this was just a quick sort of fun thing to do. I'm glad it worked out quite better than I expected, to be honest. Yep, there we go. Welcome to Hicksville. All right, Chris, enjoy your haircut. So yeah, that really worked out rather well. So I'm guessing the third. I'm trying to think where the power draws from on the third rail there. I don't think that's it. That's just a step. Oh. Alright, let's lock the doors here. I'm pretty sure we'll get well, I don't think we get a gold because this isn't like a traditional service, but we get points. Yeah, we just get the points, that's all. So, yeah. There we go. That was fun. So, yeah, I don't know, maybe, maybe sometime next week we'll do another fun one. We'll do the 166 from the Atlantic Terminal, and we'll run it out to Hicksville, and we'll stop at Jamaica, maybe somewhere else along the way. We'll do a couple stops. So yeah. So thank you all for coming in. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I will see you later. Take care. Bye.